Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well and thank you for joining me for another video. So this is my very first unboxing and plant haul of the year and I'm really excited to unpack them. We'll also be checking on some propagations that I started a few months ago. Also, we'll do a plant purge because I am just ready to be done with some plants that are not sparking joy for me anymore. Anyways, let's start with the unboxing because I'm really excited for this now. So here is the box. Okay, it's not even that heavy. For some reason, I expected it to be heavy. Anyways. Okay, I remember the two plants I got. I don't remember what the third one is, which is why I'm kind of like curious, why is the box big? Am I the only one that forgets what they ordered? Oh, okay, now I remember what the other one is. I saw the plant tag. Okay, let's start with the smallest one. Am I the only one who's not a fan of this type of wrapping? I feel like, yeah, it does secure the plant, but it's kind of like annoying to like unpack. Okay, let's see, because... So this one is supposed to be a Monstera Adansonii mint. So I was curious to see how different it would be from the regular Adansonii. Let's see. Oh yeah, it does have. So it is a baby plant. So yeah, this one was going for like 15 euros. So I was interested to see how different it would be from the regular Adansonii. So the variegation is not super pronounced, but yeah, I think I like it. And I'm kind of like having problems with my regular Adansonii. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that. So it would be really interesting to see how it grows and matures, if the variegation will be more intense or less intense. But yeah, really looking forward to growing these. I do have an Adansonii that is kind of being temperamental at the moment. The reason why I bought another one is just I wanted to see if another one was going to grow better, because maybe the specimen that I have is just, I don't know, problematic. But let me fetch it. Yeah, so do you see this Adansonii? I got this as a baby plant and it has grown a lot. Like you can see how many leaves it has. The original leaves, by the way, are gone. They were long gone, and this is what happened to them. They just brown up, crisp, and die. That's what happens. And that's what continues to happen. So at first I suspected it was root rot. I checked it. It was perfect. The roots were great. Nothing was rotting in there. So then my next suspicion was that the plant was just lacking nutrients, because it kept on growing, but then the older leaves would just yellow and then brown and dry up. So I used fertilizer. I used Osmocote pellets, and it seemed to really take up well because the growth became even more explosive. But then soon after, it started again the problem of yellowing and browning. So is it a nutrient deficiency again? I don't know. So what I have started to do is supplement it with liquid fertilizer so that the fertilizer is readily more available. But yeah, since it is winter, I don't really get to water often. And maybe that's the other problem, is that it's just underwatering. I don't know, you guys. And that is why I am scared to propagate this, because it's growing and I don't want to stop it. So instead I chose to buy another one, and since a different kind of Monstera Adansonii was available, the mint one, I was interested to see and have a different kind and experiment with that one. So, but yeah, if you guys know about why this Adansonii is being temperamental, please let me know, because I really want this to thrive. I want it to have as many leaves as it can without having to sacrifice the older leaves. So yeah, that's not normal, I believe. So yeah, thank you in advance. And sorry for that rant. And the next plant. Wow. This, I don't know if you guys can guess what this plant is. Whoops. Okay. Ah, finally. So, can get to show you the plant. Can you guys guess what this one here is? So this is a peperomia, my very first peperomia. Green bubble is what the name was. I'm not sure which species it is. I'll put the name if I can find it, but it's so beautiful. It's almost kind of like reminiscent of a begonia. Maybe that's your first guess, but oh my god, it's so beautiful. It's so cute. Oh, I love this texture. And I've seen pictures of it. So when its inflorescences come out, they actually look kind of like tentacles. Oh, it's so pretty. And I have not had any peperomias before. It is my very first one. I don't know, I have not just been that interested with peperomias. This one really caught my attention because of this very dramatic texture. I'm out of words. Okay, the extent that I know about peperomia care is that they are kind of like semi-succulent, so you kind of treat them as like a succulent. So yeah, we'll see, but really happy with that one. And the last one here, it's a Sterlitzia reginae. Finally committed to getting one. And another plant that I don't really know all that much about its care, but I really want to work towards getting it to bloom. Yeah. Oh, I can already see big roots down there. I don't know if you guys can see that. But yeah, so that was the unboxing, you guys. It wasn't a lot of plants, but those were the only plants that I wanted to get from that shop. They didn't have others that I wanted. Let's move on to the propagations. So here are our propagations in this incubation tank of sorts. And ooh, I can see this Rhaphidophora tetrasperma is doing really well. Yeah, let's get them out. And this Monstera Peru, which was on the brink of death. Ooh, I can see roots. All right. So, oh my god, the roots are trying to get out of the glass. Yeah, so I propagated this because I wanted to multiply my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, which I originally got as a baby plant, and then it had to battle root rot, which I had managed to successfully rehab, and it has been growing nicely. But then I decided to chop it off because it was, instead of growing straight, it was like the stem, or the vine rather, was growing in a not very desirable shape. So I decided to propagate it, and yeah, it's, how many are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cuttings in here, and they all took up, and you can already see growth points. You guys can see that. There's a growth point here. Can you even see the roots? Yes, and I have it in this perlite vermiculite mix because I wanted it to be really airy, since it was inside that like aquarium, which I would cover. So the water, it was being heated by the aquarium heater. so that it would create the heat needed to promote the root growth. Yeah, this is a method that I tried last year with very good results. The only difference was this year I decided to use perlite and vermiculite instead of moss, because last year I used moss and that was very successful. But I wanted to try and experiment using this medium instead, and it seems to be working. The reason I wanted vermiculite is because I wanted it to have water retention, but as well as nutrient retention. And vermiculite is very good at absorbing not just water but nutrients and making it available to the roots. However, I don't think I have fertilized this at all, and I haven't even watered this since I made the propagation. The moisture inside the aquarium is pretty much providing the constant moisture. As you can see, it has not dried up inside. It is very moist but still very airy as well. And now I'm really curious to see, oh my god, the roots with this one is, oh, that makes me so happy, because this one was barely putting out any roots initially, and this was on the brink of death. So I had this originally in an airy aroid mix of like pine bark and perlite and some moss, I believe, and was doing pretty well. But then I decided to repot it into something even more airier and chunkier. I had used cocoa husks and perlite and even pumice, but then it developed root rot, and I think it was just shock. The roots were shocked by the change in the soil medium. And yeah, I've come to learn that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So yeah, I tried to save it from the root rot, but it would just not work. And the leaves, if you can see from the old footage, they were all but almost withering. And after a week or so in the aquarium, where I tried to rehab them, the leaves were perked up, and this one barely had roots. Even for weeks it was not developing roots. And the great thing was that despite it not having roots, the leaves perked right back up after a week or so inside the aquarium. I think that is a testament to the fact that leaves are capable of absorbing water or moisture from their leaves. Okay, some of them are not. Okay, this one did not make it. I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say it's dead yet, but there is just nothing here. No root activation, no node activation. Yeah, so it's been over 2 months now that they're in here, so I'm just gonna get rid of that. Let's just check for others. Okay, I think here is the beginning of a rotting, and no activation whatsoever as well. I think it's also kind of like evident in how the leaves are just starting to degrade. We'll get rid of that as well. Okay, this one has roots, so I'm just lightly pulling to know if there are roots, because if there are no roots, it will just come straight up. Yeah, like this one. This one, no roots as well. But the leaf looks still pretty good. Like, it doesn't look like it's on its way out. But nothing is happening. So I'll also just remove that. And the rest seem to have rooted. So let me show you guys the roots. I hope you can see that. Okay, I'm not gonna uproot it just yet. I'm gonna do it when I transfer it into its kind of long-term home. I'm not quite sure yet what kind of medium I'm going to use when I repot it. If I will return it to an aroid mix, or maybe leave it in moss or something. I don't know. Yeah, and this is no drainage as well. And it seems like there's a lot of water in here. Yeah, it's like half the glass is filled with water. Yeah, this one, okay, we found another one that wasn't. I think the telltale sign is the curling leaves. They're just starting to dehydrate. They're on their way out, so yes. We say goodbye to them, and these are the guys standing. I mean, they were a lot of cuttings. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cuttings didn't make it. We still have 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay, I missed. I missed the counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We still have 10 cuttings, which is a lot. Ugh. Which is a lot. And that was kind of like my worry. What if all the cuttings make it? Then I'm going to have a lot of Monstera perus, and I wouldn't know how to deal with that. But I think 10 is just a right amount of number. And Monstera perus are very slow growing in my experience anyways, so I guess it wouldn't have been that much of a problem. But anyways, yeah, so now that the roots are establishing pretty nicely on both of these plants, I have to think real quick about how I'm going to pot them and decide how I'm going to grow them essentially. I'm really thinking of going no drainage. I know that might be like a controversial position on growing plants, going no drainage, but look, this has been in no drainage for like months inside that super high humidity and warm environment, and they're fine, no root rot. So the only thing I have to decide is if I want it to go to still be in this type of medium or if I should transfer it to moss. The original Rhaphidophora is actually in moss with no drainage as well, so maybe I'll just combine it with moss. But yeah, we will see. Let me know what you guys think. I'm sure there will be a lot of you that will be like, no, don't go no drainage. But I'm willing to take the risk. I mean, so far it's been doing nicely for me. And I've seen other people on YouTube as well that have no drainage work really well for them. So I don't think it's really all that risky or taboo at this point. But yeah, so let's move on to plant purging. Okay, let me put this away for a while. And the plant that I'm going to purge, take it together, are these ferns. So there are 3 ferns in here. We have the Hemionitis or the heartleaf fern, and we also have the Pteris tricolor and the Pteris albolineata. But as you can see, they just look very, very bad. I guess the albolineata is doing the best among all of them, but the others are just not very good. The heartleaf fern, I think, is really more of a terrarium type of plant because they really, really want high humidity. And yeah, it's just gonna be always like this for me unless I put it in high humidity. And so is this other fern. They are very pretty plants and I really like them, but they will just always keep looking like this because they aren't meeting the conditions that they want for them to stay pretty. So I thought, like, what's even the point of keeping it then? It's just giving me a plant. It's just a source of stress, a bit of an eyesore seeing them always browning and crisping. So it's a bit hard just thinking of like tossing it away, but there isn't really anyone that I can give it to. I don't really know friends that are into plant keeping. Yes, I will just uproot and toss it out. Yeah, maybe if I lived in the Philippines where it's warm and humid all the time, but not here in Greece, not with the Mediterranean climate. Oh, the roots, whoa. This one has really established in there. But unfortunately, yeah. Like, it makes me glad that the roots have really established in this kind of like fern garden that I wanted to do, but yeah, the plant is just problematic for me now. So, goodbye. Yeah, so I'm like the guy that likes to give plants like another chance, but I did give this a chance and I don't want to give it another one. So yeah, I don't know what I'll do with this one for now. So let's just put it back there. Another plant to purge is this one here. I don't know if you can recognize this plant, but I'm sure you guys can. So it's the poinsettia, which is a festive plant for like the Christmas. And I had no intention of getting one, but I was at the supermarket and they were being sold there to my surprise. And I totally did not expect that there was a variegated poinsettia. So being that it was not even expensive, I think it was just like €3.50, somewhere there. I thought, why not? Why not just get and see? And of course, as it always happens, poinsettias just don't last long. And I don't really have the patience or the willingness to try and see what happens with this plant. It's just, I don't know. I'm not all that interested in it to begin with, so I just thought to try. I tried, and it pretty much performed as I feared it would. And so, yeah, ready to say goodbye to it as well. So, yeah, that was not fun of a process, but it had to be done. There's no reason in trying to keep plants that doesn't make you happy anymore. And the bright side is you don't have to deal with the stress or the dissatisfaction of always seeing the plant struggle. And second, when you purge your plants, you basically free up more space so that you can have more plants that you can bring into your home. So thank you for joining me in this video, you guys. I really appreciate it. You guys, we just hit 500 subscribers recently, and thank you for that. You guys are amazing. It's a little bit intimidating knowing that there are 500 people watching. Granted, not all videos reach 500 or whatnot, but still, I'm not very good at public speaking. I stutter a lot. I do a lot of ums. Thank God for the magic of editing. Thank you guys. It's a very nice start to the year. I hope you guys are having a great start to your year as well, and may it even be better as the year goes on. So thank you guys again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.